All right. Hello, everyone out there in RGL TV land. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I always have audio things in the beginning, but welcome to RGL TV Night at the Cinema, where we showcase games based on movies, games with movies based on them, games that are cinematic, and movie universe character games. And thank you, Weapon. Thank you for that audio check. Appreciate it. Tonight, I have a wonderful special guest here. Oh, you hear that echo? Yeah. No worries. Yeah, I have a wonderful special guest here. That I think you all already keyed in thanks to the title. Fire it too early. No, you're hired again. I can't fire you because I need you. Yeah, we got the man with the golden voice as well as the king of the beat 'em up skills. We got El Rock, who's going to play Batman Forever, the arcade game for us. Go ahead, El Rock. How you doing tonight?
Doing good, staying busy.
Awesome. Yeah. So with that, we can get the ball rolling here with some Batman Forever, and we can get some spanking going.
Yes, we can. All right. So, a couple things I'm going to go over about this game in terms of the setup. I was actually talking about this game in my stream earlier. I've been playing Gotham Knights, which is really fun. So this is one of the rare cases where the difficulty being on easy actually makes the game harder. It is faster on easy, which is great. Like if you're trying to speedrun it, which I do speedrun this game. But the reason easy is faster is because your meter drains slower. When your meter drains slower, that means you don't get to clear the screen of enemies as quickly. You think that would be faster to just press a button and clear the screen of enemies, but the reason that's slower is because those cutscenes take a long time to do that. Whereas here, with easy, we want meter to drain slower. That way we can maintain combo consistency, and that way we can just cruise through the game. So, that having been said, I'm going to go ahead and unmute the game. Just no ciphering from here. If you talk, there might be an echo.
Yep, understood. Understood.
Okay. All right, I'm going to unmute the game. Okay. Back over here. It's a pain getting navigated out of this thing. So bear with me. You have to press like the 9 key and stuff. There we go. All right. So, Batman Forever, little known title released back in 1995 to sell toys. This game was actually released the year after in arcades by Acclaim, who was not really well known for releasing arcade games. They were primarily well known for porting Midway favorites to home consoles like Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, some other selections. That was the home of Sculptured Software, things, other tidbits. So this game is interesting. The actual arcade hardware requires a completely separate soundboard in order to be able to run properly, which made it a huge pain to try to emulate for a long time. But a few years back, it finally got fully indoctrined, and now we can play it. And the game's really fun because it's a very quirky and unusual beat 'em up that has tons of tech that I love showing off. Not going to do a timer this evening, but I still haven't learned how to play Batman. It's really hard, so I'm going to stick with Robin, who conveniently says his name for us. Here we have this ultra neon Batmobile, which might be my favorite centerpiece. Okay, so to go over the moveset aspects that are actually important, we're going to start by doing the dive kick. Dive kick is useful throughout the course of the game. We have to do it at first to make sure we're killing enemies safely. So we leveled up to level 2. Robin goes Super Saiyan, as he's wont to do. Picked up a gadget there. I'll talk about those here momentarily. What am I doing? Here I'm just killing enemies until I can get to level 3. And the more of these power-ups we get, the better off, the faster I'm going to be able to get there. Take the batarangs, why not? Get out of here, please. There we go. Okay, so up to level 3, we unleash the supernova. So we got this Looney Tune here. This evil coin is fixed. We're going to be shrinking. We can't do anything about that. I'm gonna let these motorcycles get through. And now we're gonna get to the real meat and potatoes of the game. Once we're at level 3, we can do this flip kick that allows us to repeat the input to get it infinite. And we get to listen to that. I want to say the developers probably put that in the game as a reward because I thought a 40-hit combo would be easy, but Robin was a little bit overtuned unintentionally, and we get to benefit from that. So we're just going to get it back in the center, do this as much as our heart content. Oh, I have to be careful about this one. That's really scary because we have these statues that are going to drop, and those kill you when they fall on you. I was like, wait, do I have enough time? Most enemies in this game are pretty much the same. They are just kind of palette swaps of one another. Some exceptions, but that's like boss level stuff. And yeah, the Spank Me emote will definitely come in handy. Y'all enjoy yourselves. We get to hear another when we get to 100 hits, but who wants to do that? We want spankings. No! I want these power-ups. Leave me alone. Alright, I'm at level 2, so I definitely would like to get here. Okay, so here's where gadgets are going to come in handy. If you're in a spot where you need to be able to get power-ups and you don't want to spend meter to do so, because at that point you're just spending meter to gain meter, and that's not good net gain, you use gadgets. Gadgets are great when you're stuck at level 2. Some of them are. Well, all but like one of them. Batarangs in particular are very good. You can use batarangs while airborne, so you can like jump to get away from enemies and then throw them once they're airborne, and they'll track enemies on the ground. They have complete homing. They're pretty great. And of course, on level 3, when you clip enemies in the face with batarangs, they make those noises, and that's always great. Goodbye, clown. All right, on to our second stage. We get to pick a bonus item at the end of every stage. Always pick Hollow Mode. Nothing else matters. How does it make me feel? Honored. Okay, so another fixed power-up. Enemies shrink. We can just step on them and kill them. Get their power-ups that way. Now we're going to activate Hollow Mode. Just going to let Robin walk the dinosaur. This does drain meter faster, but that's what we want. We want to be able to make sure we can get these power-ups. There we go. This is Batman Forever, the arcade game. Also known as Robin, because he's the only character that really matters. No, 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 no. Get off me. Sometimes those dudes grab you. It's really annoying. And that's still not as annoying as the most annoying garbage they do, which, when they're running on screen, they will usually have a hitbox. And it does a lot of damage. It's really dangerous. Nobody wants that. No, get away from me. Yeah, this is really scary. I'm actually low on health. So as you can tell, when we level up, we also get a random amount of health back. So that's another incentive to just drain and then just refill. Come here. Okay. Those are basic enemies we've already seen, but they have boss stats. They can't be cleared out by power-ups. Speaking of Hollow Mode, got our Bat Call. Bat Call is probably the best gadget in the game, or at least it's the most powerful, but it is balanced out by the fact that it can only be used one time, compared to like tasers 8 times and batarangs 10 times. Okay, another quick power up there. I want this. Okay, so here what I like to do is get down to 2. Unleash the bats. This won't auto kill. I'd rather them not do that. I don't want that. One of the batarangs. Collected the worst item in the game of mistake. Stun bomb is pretty worthless. It doesn't do damage. It doesn't even really do a good job of stunning things. I'd rather have nothing than stun bomb. Like, I'd rather have the option to punch. When you have a gadget, using the gadget takes the place of the punch button, which we don't really need because punch doesn't do dive kick and it doesn't do flip kick. So we just use it for gadgets exclusively. And for rolling, which is actually a really good defense tool that I don't use that often, but you don't have to, because when Robin's a level 3, he just gets to invincible everybody to death like this. Right back up. Supernova. Goodbye. Oh, I grabbed him and it didn't kill him. I messed up. Okay. Yeah, get your yo-yo out of here. Nobody wants to talk to you. The red guys I'm actually a little bit concerned about because some of them have machine guns and those are really dangerous. If you get hit by one bullet, you can just die because you'll just get stun locked in place by a bullet combo, and it's, yeah, like that right there. I think I kicked that box back into myself, and that's how I took all that damage, but I'm not super sure. All right, this should put me back to 3, I think. Yeah, there we go. So there we had Tassel. His name is Tassel, but I call him Tassel because why not? Probably the first actual boss enemy we fight in the game, but he's nothing. He dies to flip kick combo like everybody else. Okay, so Hollow Mode is going to drop us down. I have learned to be a little bit weary of this stage. Last time I played this game in a live event, this stage actually got me, and I don't normally do poorly at this stage, so that threw me off. Just trying to drain my meter. That guy went sky high, didn't he? Goodness gracious. Where'd the power-ups go? Oh my god, it keeps happening. It won't drop. There we go. Yeah, that's also scary. That crane drops on me, I die. Like, that's just a straight one-shot. You don't want that. Trying to see if I can get some meter here.
That crane almost looks like the bank vault. Crane almost looks like the bank vault.
Yeah, almost. I can see that. Yeah,
almost.
It has its own charm. Okay, so here we have our boss. This is the reason we've been collecting super batarangs you see through the stage. We can't use those on basic enemies. They only get used on the helicopter. As far as I know, the gunfire from the helicopter doesn't actually hit us. The real danger is on the third cycle, it starts deploying more enemies on the roof, and that's bad. But no harm, no foul, I moved on. And now we get to the real meat of the game. Thank you, Tommy Lee. You were truly an inspiration. His Two-Face was so perversely entertaining. I don't care how much he hated playing the character. It was just so ridiculous. I took a lot of damage there because I got hit by a bunch of dash attacks. That's really bad. So yeah, this stage is really crammed. There's not a lot of room to move top to bottom, and every enemy who dashes in on screen, that was funky, has a chance of hitting me just by walking. Really unpleasant. So I'm gonna try and abuse Hollow Mode as much as the game will let me. See, and sometimes they get to like just dash and then go for another hit on you, which is endlessly frustrating. It's like how in modern games you can kill an enemy who's in the middle of an attack, but they still get to finish the attack. Like, that drives me nuts. Can't stand it. But okay, yeah, that hurt. That hurt. I shouldn't have done that. Gadget, there was a battery in there. I don't know what happened. Okay, I need to drain this meter because I am hurt. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Thankfully, there's a health up coming up here shortly. Yeah, okay, fine. You anti-aired me, you jerk.
Oh,
right,
what a big jerk.
Yeah, they do that. The yellow guys are annoying at times. They have really good melee. Alright, so down one life. We're still okay. It's a 3-life game. My goal is always to make sure I can try to 1-credit clear the game, and that means not dying more than twice. Good news is I was able to recover meter. When you take a death in this game, you drop down a bar of meter. So if you were level 3 when you died, you go down to level 2 and 2 to 1. Important because if you go down to 2 right away, it can be a scramble to get back up to 3, but there were a ton of items waiting for me when I got back, so I got fairly fortunate there. I want to have the batarang. And bomb's kind of weird. So at this point, when you land on different power-up items like good or evil or the Riddler's question mark, you will actually get a random item, unlike before where it was like you would just get fixed items. Not a bad thing. The random stuff can actually be really good. That did a lot of damage. That was really scary. Hang on a second. All right, VR mode, very good. Okay. VR mode turns every enemy on the screen they freeze them and they have 1 shot to die. Think of it like a Sub-Zero freeze with a fatality built in. Okay, indestructible, very good. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's invincible, we can't take damage, enemies can't hit us. It's a blessing. And our bosses. First new enemy we have in Feather. Noted Batman rogue Feather. Okay, that's actually kind of scary because I usually get to that fight with minimal meter, and I was glad I was able to consolidate that. Hollow mode right away. I want to get to 2 so I can get back to 3 again, so I can heal. Very good. That's what you always want. The point of hollow mode is that you want to, if you need health, you want to do what I just did as fast as you possibly can. Do this. I'm gonna do it again. I'm still not full health. There we go. And we get the bonus to clear the screen. Plus Robin looks good in green. Hey, that rhymed. Moving on. Robin with the latex version of his outfit. Ooh la la. Yeah, we have to wait a while for that. When I killed it, sometimes you kill enemies so fast that the game doesn't keep up with you. Yeah, bomb not so evil. I can avoid that. Plus it has friendly fire. I can hit them. Come here. Still getting spankings. I use backhaul just as an insurance policy there. Indestructible, very good. It basically gives me free meter. That's excellent. Slam! Everybody dead. The robots exploding is perversely entertaining for me for some reason. During that sequence specifically. The other big danger here is we have a lot of these guys with red masks, and I believe most, if not all of them, have machine guns. And in a compressed stage like this, that's really gross. Neon yellow guys are also terrible. Give me the thing. Can't do so much of the quick drain here since I don't have a hollow mode active any longer, but we use it when we can. What are you doing? What is... Okay. This is gonna... This red guy's being annoying. He's always zoning. He either has machine guns or grenades at the ready, and they're both obnoxious. Okay. This room is only a boss fight. Sugar and Spice, aka Drew Barrymore and Debbie Mazar. They died a flick kick combo like everybody else, so it's okay. Not a huge threat.
Melted.
I do love how they're both wearing they're both wearing the exact same outfit in this game, and neither one of them wore that outfit in the movie. Like Spice doesn't wear white and Sugar doesn't wear leather, so like interesting design choice. They did what they could. But I also choose not to give them the benefit of the doubt because it's funnier that way. So these next 3 stages, I think, are probably the hardest segment, I guess we'll say, like back to back to back. This stage doesn't get really bad until like right around here. There's a good or evil that drops that I think it's actually fixed. It takes away your health and it makes you have to collect it again. And you only have like a second and a half to do so. It's pretty rude. So I'd rather avoid that. Can I get some meter? Okay, no. No. You will not shoot me. But I will shoot you. Get off me. There we go. That required some finesse. I could not brute force my way through that, especially with Mohawk over here deflecting taser shots. Like, who does that? Okay, quick boss segment here. It's more enemies we've seen a bunch of already, including the Master, who we've seen a couple times, but they have boss stats. I can't kill them with a screen clear. But the upside is I'm short, which being small is supposed to be like a negative, but it means enemies can't hit you, so it's actually a positive. It looks silly because you're 2 feet tall, if that, but you get the same overpowered capabilities and damage that you do when you're 6 feet tall, so everybody wins. Except for the enemies, and nobody wants them to win anyway. Wipe out Mohawk here real fast. Here I'm just going to be grinding out meter as much as I can, so I've still got hollow mode active. I don't need the health, but I have no problem just generating damage. We also get to kill enemies quickly, and that's useful. Goodbye. Especially the dudes with the staffs. Mohawks and feathers can be really disruptive at times.
Hey, have you spent time playing the Saturn version of this?
A little bit.
Saturn version of this?
A little bit. It's actually not great. It has really slow load times. And, oh, dear God, that was a lot of damage. It has really slow load times, and it loses a lot of the voice samples. The PlayStation version is actually a little bit better, which I find fascinating because this game runs on a board that's the Saturn. So there's no excuse for the Saturn version being not great. I think they just kind of phoned it in. I was disappointed too because I thought surely the Saturn version is going to be great.
Right.
But no, it has a lot of problems.
Right.
It has a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's unfortunate here because I remember playing this for the console and I wasn't impressed either. But I remember thinking, like, man, the arcade version of this is just beautiful.
Not having the load times is huge. Like, it has such excellent pacing. You just get to flow through stages with the greatest of ease. Like, you don't have to wait for anything, and the load times on both Saturn and PlayStation are just gross. Like, they're really, really gross. Even I remember when I first started speedrunning the PlayStation version, that was unfortunate. I did not want that to happen. I ran it on my PS2 with fast disk speed enabled, which overclocks the disk drive and allows PS1 games to run faster. Give me a second. I got work to do. Yeah, we're not doing so great right now. Yeah, good block, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah, this stage is really hard. It never looks like it is, but this stage can do some really terrible things. Like the enemy selection is pretty top notch. So anyway, I rated it with fast disk speed enabled, and the time between stages was still something like 13, 14 seconds, which is pretty gross for a load time, but it was also a very early title for the system. I think it was a year one title. They hadn't quite mastered load times and circuitry and software yet. They'd get there, but it happens. Same thing happened with the PlayStation version of MK3. That version's not very good either. Like, it's great compared to like the 16-bit versions, but it still has issues. Okay. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, so what happens is it's coming through both my desktop as well as my stream, and if I mute Cypher, then I can't hear him. So yeah, it'll get fixed going forward. I'll take the hit on that one for sure. All right, so this is probably the hardest room in the game. The Bat Cave is gross. We haven't even got to the stupid stuff yet. We do get a couple of nice power-ups, even though I wish invisibility would have been nicer. Getting indestructible is fabulous, though. All for that. All right, I need power-ups quickly. I need to wait a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, one life and a prayer. I still got bats following me. That's useful. Sometimes after bat call, the bats will stick around you for a bit if they're not all used. Okay, so as we see, the Batmobile's been reduced to smithereens, which actually is movie accurate. Riddler came in and just bombed the hell out of the thing. The whole cave, even, like, all the equipment was destroyed, and it was pivotal. It was a villains one type of moment. So from here, I really have to be extra protective of my resources. I really can't take any chances with anything that's going on, especially for the bridge. The bridge is a fairly tough segment. One thing goes wrong and I'm probably dead. And grenades don't make that simple. Neither do machine guns. I'll need to make sure robots are dead as soon as they're down. I didn't take too much damage there. Die, flex. Thank you. That grenade is just a transition. Alright, so. To the underneath cave. The actual cave. This stage is, I think, entirely just comprised of 2 enemies, if I'm not mistaken. It's just green masters and robots, and that's it. Not terribly difficult when you have flip kick at your disposal, but the real downside here is that the stage is kind of a resource hog. There's no gadgets in this room. So if we get down to 2, we're already in trouble. So my goal is to not do that. I need to make sure I'm collecting power-ups as they appear as often as I can, as quickly as I can. And I don't love that. At least I got the flip kick cancel out of it. So he's gonna do his lariat, and he went to the sky. That's not good either. He's gonna come back down. He's gonna do things really scary. Okay, he got out of the way. So if you're not able to kill the robots as they're ascending, they can actually do what you just saw there. They can lariat to the top of the screen and dive bomb on you. It does a lot of damage. Thankfully, we got to avoid that. Okay, so we all remember the helicopter from earlier. This fight is actually very similar to that. This is an enemy called the Monarch Bat, which I think was supposed to be the bat that infested Bruce Wayne's dreams, because Bruce Wayne's whole thing in this movie was everything was very psychosomatic. His parents' death was coming back to haunt him for probably the 7th time or whatever. And his pain in his dreams manifested as this giant bat, because it's what he fears. You know, Batman has to become what he fears to fight the scourge of Gotham and you know, dodge fireballs here. It's a kind of an annoying fight. Really just gotta keep your distance, stay away from the sonic booms. It takes 3 knockdowns to put it away, and during the last cycle it will try to do a full heal, but we can interrupt it pretty easily. Yeah, I went for it there in the center, so we're good. Alright. On to our last stage. Won't lie, I'm already a little bit debunked because we still only have 2 meters, so I'm not going to spend hollow mode until I get to 3. So I got some work to do. It's also a rotating room. Like, it just moves in a circle. We don't actually get to move left or right. So it's a pretty weird aesthetic. Okay, so stop grabbing. Grab's automatic. If it happens, there's really not much you can do about it. It's not a good throw either. As beat 'em up throws go, the Robin's monkey flip is pretty low. But anyway, got hollow mode active now. Killed all those dudes. Basically what's going to happen here is it's just a gauntlet with Riddler in the center just trolling us. Which, you know, Jim Carrey, so that's cool. Tasshole's back. Finish him off there. And actually my goal here is I don't actually want to spend the back call, because if I do, that actually has a chance of soft locking the game. If it carries off a boss enemy, which can happen if you're at level 3, then you can't advance to the next segment. I found that out the hard way when I was on PB pace once. I was not thrilled, but oh god, no. That's a corner combo. That was really scary. Forget how deadly their kicks are. Okay, I need these. Okay, thank goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this. I want to try and blow up the bots. Okay, that worked out. Do not carry him off, please. Thank you. There was a small chance of a soft lock there, but I was able to kill that guy pretty quickly. So gadgets, I think I mentioned this before, gadgets actually get amplified as you level up. If you're level 3, they're actually like really overpowered, but it can also be to the detriment of gameplay. As mentioned before, with bat call, the bats at level 3 can actually just carry enemies off. Please die. Stop hitting me. Thank you. Okay, on to our last little segment. I don't like my health, but I've only got a little bit left to do. I'm hoping I'll be okay. Okay, so we got our single super batarang. We're gonna toss it here at the statue. Then we get this little cutscene. Riddler's shooting green light out of his mouth. So good. Makes me laugh every time. Alright, and Harvey's here, and he's really pissed. Harvey really isn't that different from the other enemy. He has machine guns like Flex, but he also has the ability to just die to flip kicks. Like so. And that's going to finish off Batman Forever the Arcade. Go ahead and make sure we get our initials in here. Night at the movies. Whew. That game is always so stressful to play, especially near the end game. You get this cool little ending sequence where you have a a very oversized bat symbol on Bruce's chest. It's so neon, isn't it?
That's the one
So
thing
good.
I didn't quite care about this game. I remember thinking like Robin definitely looked way cooler than Batman.
Bruce. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Thank you all for the GGs. And yeah, this game's a treasure. It's one of those few games where, like, if you play it how you feel like the developer should have intended you to play it, then it's a lot less fun than if you actually like learn what's cool in the game. In my opinion, it's a very interesting piece of jank, but I've loved it for years. It's great. Big fan of this game. Anyway, thank you so much, Cypher. This was a lot of fun. Glad I finally got to be on Night at the Movies.
Yeah, hoping you will come back for sure. Like I enjoyed this, and yeah, you make this game look really fun, because I remember when I think I did play it for like the Saturn or so, and I was just like I don't know, but you definitely make me. I feel like I should at least give this another go watching you.
Every home port has issues, sadly. Near Cypher and Galloping Ghost actually has a cabinet of this game. That would be the ideal way to play it.
Oh yeah, that's right. But yeah, like I said, hope you'll come back soon rather than later. And yeah, appreciate you being on tonight for our final October movie, or scary movie. Well, not really scary, but Halloween theme.
I mean, this game was scary, so
yeah,
for sure.
Yep. Yeah, for those tuned in right now, thank you for tuning in. We will call it an early night for a night at the cinema this time, but we will be back next Thursday. Admittedly, just yet, I don't know what game will be played, but yeah, you can expect more Night at the Cinema next Thursday. So appreciate again you all being here. Appreciate Elrock, and hope to see you again next week for more RGL TV Night at the Cinema.
Thank you.